And hello, everybody. It is Tom Chenault. It is Adrian Chenault, and it is going to be a different but unbelievable show today. I want you to listen to the replay. I want you to share it because you're finally going to learn something here. And this is awesome. This guy is incredible. And I've never, ever been chased down by anybody like Orrin chased me down. I love this guy. I told you that.
Yeah.
And I just asked Adrian, I said, did I teach you to play chess when you were a little boy, Adrian? Because I was in the chess club in high school, but I was kind of in blackout for his first 10 years. And he said, no, Dad, you taught me how to steal cars. So that was awesome.
You taught me how to play pool at the bar, but I don't remember if you taught me.
Remember how mad your mom would get when I brought you home in a Hooters t-shirt?
That was not a tremendous parental decision.
That was terrible. But
boys will be boys.
Boys, yeah, I've changed my ways. The wings there were good, but nobody believes I ever went there for the wings. We are really happy to see you, Orrin. You looked at the book and you were flipped out.
I do. So in typical Tom Chenault fashion, a book shows up on my doorstep. He doesn't ring the doorbell. He doesn't say hi. He doesn't come and visit me. There's just this book on the doorstep, and it's about chess. And I'm going, I don't know what this book is about. And little did I know at the time that you were going to be a guest on the show, Orrin. We're so glad you're here. But I do. I love chess. And in particular, my little boy Hugo loves chess, and so it's been really fun thumbing through this book, and I'm excited to give it to my son. And I'll tell you, I learned a couple of things. I had no idea about en passant, or however you say that the right way in French, and so I'm learning some interesting things that I never would have known before because of this book. So it's very fun, and not only is it a really fun book about chess, but it's really kind of a book about life, and I think that's really cool too. So Orrin, welcome to the show. How are you, buddy?
Oh, best day of my life. I get to hang out with Tom. Tom, in the course of your life, you'll seldom meet a man that's a rock star like Tom. I like Tom because behind closed doors, he's the same as in public, and that's integrity. When the tongue in your mouth match the tongue in your shoe, no one can touch you.
Oh, man, I love that.
That's good.
Okay, so Orrin's got more kids. I mean, I wish he was in multi-level marketing because he would have 7 legs. I mean, this guy's got beautiful kids all over the place, and he is a committed father. But more importantly, he is committed to his 40,000 kids whose lives he has changed, and he's on his way to change the lives of 1 million children. And what he basically got hold of me for was to try to put me in his dream. And I said, I will willingly be in your dream for your book, for your mission, and your legacy. So really cool. Talk about how this all got started, Orrin. It is, Air Force, even you're troubled, started the day you were born. I don't care when you started. We love
it. The year was 1963. It was a Sunday. And 1963, May 26th, I was born by my father, Orrin Hudson, and Margaret Hudson. I never said this in a statement before. This is clever. But I was born on a Sunday, and my mom in Birmingham, Alabama. And I was born in a Holy Family Hospital in Birmingham. And my mom and my dad had me. I'm seven to 13 children. So wow. They had 6 children prior to me, and I'm number 7. And I have 6 siblings that are older than me. And I have 6 siblings that are younger than me. So I'm a middle child. I'm number 7. And I grew up in housing projects. We were so poor that I couldn't even pay attention. But you ever seen the sardine cans? That's how my bed was. I had 8 people in the bed. But anyway, so it was rough. I had 13 people in the family. My sister ended up having a child, so maybe be more. But I'm living my dream because a white teacher by the name of James Edge, when I was in 1978, 15 years later, taught me the game of chess. So I owe my life to James Edge, white teacher in an all-black high school, who gave me a mindset that, the moves you make matter, and moves you make open or close doors, and movement is life, and nothing happens until something moves. So I show young people how, so I went from high school and from 1978, he taught me in high school, and then I joined the Air Force, and then I was a state trooper. And now I run a youth development program called Be Someone. Why? Because May 24th, 2000, 7 people were shot in a robbery for $2,000. And I said to myself, bad things continue to happen when concerned people fail to make boss moves. I made a boss move to teach young people to move with love and to move with hope and peace and to do no harm, that human life has value.
Wow. That's a powerful mission. And it's very interesting. I'd love to just go into that moment of this teacher when you're 15 years old, showing you the game of chess for the first time, and talk about how that began to change the way you thought about things, and what began to unfold from there in those early years that had this.
Well, I was 15 years old and I was making some bad moves. I was hanging with the wrong people. They say, do this, you do it. They say, do this, you do it. James said, listen, I'm going to teach you how to think for yourself. And he said, right now you're following the follower. And I was, because I was in this gang, and they say, do this, you do it. They say, do this, you do it. He said, I'm going to teach you how to think independently. So he said, make sure what you do is a product of your conclusion, of your own conclusion. You got to learn how to think for yourself.
Yeah.
Because, you've just followed a follower. And I was following a fool, actually. And so James Edge taught me chess and taught me how to think strategically about my future. He basically taught me 6 magic words. Take time to think things through.
There you go.
He said, don't do the first thing that pops in your head. The first thing that pops in your head is usually a trap. And so you have to pause. You have to ponder. You have to pivot. You have to pray. You proceed, and then you can prosper.
In Alcoholics Anonymous, there's a cliche, first thought wrong. And that's kind of what you're saying there. Yeah, true story. First thought wrong.
Wow, first thought wrong. The computer would say, make this move, make this move, make this move, make this move. And then after a minute or two, the computer said, nope, don't make that move. If I make that move, I lose 15 moves down the road. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't stop it. Stop. And so hold up and wait before you make a mistake. Your first crack at anything is never your best.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan, his first crack at basketball, he got cut.
Yeah.
Your first crack at anything is never your best. And what we got to teach people is that make it okay to fail. I don't care what happened yesterday. Dust yourself off, get back up, dust yourself off, fall down 1 trillion times, get back up with a smile and try it again. It's not over until you lose. It's not over until you win.
So his book is unbelievable. What's the name of it exactly?
One move at a time.
One move at a time.
How to win and play and win at chess and life.
Bill Richardson.
At the very back of my book, it's got 21 life lessons. For an example, how many squares do you think are on a chessboard?
36.
Right. Okay, it's more than that. Most people say 8 times 8 is 64. They say 64. But it's actually 204 squares on a chessboard. But most people don't think outside the box. Because if I go 4 down, 4 over, 4 up, that's a square. If I go 2 down, 2 over, that's a square. If I go 3 down, 4, if I go 4 down, 4, the big 8 by, that's a square. So you got to think outside the box. And your first crack at anything is never your best.
Wow. So I know you guys don't believe this. So I want you to tell these people, a few people you had your picture taken with because they love your work. Just a few people.
Well, I've been, Donald Trump. Donald Trump. Let's see, the head of the FBI, won the FBI award. I've been with Les Brown, Jack Canfield, Tony Robbins, Eric Ward, and Eric Ward had the TBN network back, 40 years ago. Jim Rohn, Bob Proctor. I spent 8 days with Bob Proctor. I spent 10 days with Zig Ziglar. I'm buddy with Les Brown. He and I was on the phone a few minutes ago. And I'm a giver, and I'm always give people more than they give me. I love helping other people. I get a kick out of being a blessing to other people. And let me give you a quote that you can live by that'll put money in your pocket. What you sincerely desire for others will happen for you.
There you go. And that's what you have to believe. And
Yep.
it's a life of faith, not fear, and giving, not taking, and you win, right?
To give is to live, and to take is a mistake. If you, to give, and so it's more blessed to give than it is to receive. And whatever you hoard, whatever you save, you will lose. Whatever you invest, you will gain. That's Bible. Jesus said that if you take what I give you and you multiply it, then that what you have shall be more to be added to it. But if you take it and you bear it, or you saving is inferior. You got to invest. You got to put the money to work. And so people need to learn the moves you make determine the path you take.
Wow. Now, do you know Stan Harris?
I don't know Stan Harris.
Oh, he's you. He's your twin brother. I'm going to get you guys together. How about Myron Golden?
I know Myron. I got pictures with Myron. And what was so shocking about Myron said, man, please give me that jacket you got on. You dress better than anybody in here. So I'll send you that picture when we get off the line. But yeah, I was dressed up. I was probably the best dressed guy in the building. And he like, oh my goodness, can I get a picture with you with that on? I go, yeah. So yeah, I met Myron Golden about 4 months ago. But I'm always trying to learn, because I want to learn. I want to go back to the hood and make the hood good.
And what's so crazy is, you're taking these kids and starting there to turn them into better human beings, which ends up being better human beings for their parents. And it grows both directions, right?
Right. Because the life I say is my own.
Yeah.
See, I teach the children as though my life depends on it, because it does. And I show them, see, people don't want to hear a sermon. They want to see a sermon. So when they see me giving and adding value and sharing things with them, my credit score is 820, because you have to be trustworthy in this world. If I tell you something, you can take it to the bank. Nobody gonna never come to you and go, no, if I tell you something, is my bond. I told some kids that I would help them for the whole year, and money was cut. But I kept my word. My word is my bond. I volunteered the rest of the year and did the thing. I completed my assignment, because at the end of the day, the good you do comes back multiplied to you.
Wow. That awesome.
That's so cool. And I'm here on my phone looking through your website, besomeone.org right now. And I think it is so cool. And I want to hear more about the work that you're doing with the kids. What does that look like when you go in, whether you put on a workshop or however, like what's kind of the crux of how you go into communities and do this work, Orrin?
Well, a lot of times kids are addicted to video games. So one of the things I did to combat that was I put $1,000 challenge out. So I was on CNN and I was playing hundreds of kids, and it was $1,000 for any kid to beat me. And all the kids were trying to beat me, and I'm on CNN and I'm taking them all out, because you got to chess is not about luck. Luck is cards is maybe luck. You can have the wrong hand and lose, but chess is a skill set. It's a mindset, and you have to make every move count. See, having resources is not enough. You have to maintain and manage your resources properly. And so every move counts. And people say, well, I can make this move. It doesn't matter. Yes, it does. Every move matters. Every move, open doors or closed doors. Every move is a plus or a minus. Movement is life, and nothing happens until something moves.
Would you say that the most important thing for a terrible chess player is probably getting your players off the back row as quickly as possible?
Well, that's a brilliant thing to do. Get all your pieces off the back row as soon as possible. You're brilliant. When you get the pieces off the pieces on the back row are useless. And so the key to winning in chess is piece activity. If the pieces have scope and range and you can maneuver. When I was a state trooper, I used to have the whole county to myself sometimes. So when I got the whole county, I need to stay centralized. So a wreck happens I can get there in 7 minutes if I'm in the center. But if I'm all the way if I'm all the way on one end, it's going to take me an hour. So you got to, when I have the county to myself. So if I know I got the county by myself, I know I got to stay centralized because I've got to be able to get to the wreck. I got to get to the, highway patrolman. I work mostly accidents, okay, and we highway patrol. So I got to stay centralized so that I can move, and that's chess. Chess is about using your resources, getting your pieces in the center of the board, control the center, castle early, and use what you have to get what you want.
And can you imagine teaching little kids to think the big picture?
Yeah.
And the strategy to get there from here? That is just brilliant what you're doing, because obviously if the parents buy into it, they're going to be doing the same thing. They're going to start thinking that way. You're going to change the world. Do you know what you're doing on August 22nd?
No, not really.
I want you to fly to Colorado, put on a chess show, then Saturday hang with me for the day and go home Sunday. So ask your wife if that's going to work.
Oh, it's already done. I'm doing it.
I'll buy you an airplane ticket.
Well, I'm doing it. Well, the bottom line is I love people. I want people to win, and I love sharing stuff that can help people. But my message is long-term thinking. Don't think further than the tip of your nose. You got to think out there deep. You got to go deep. You got to think things through. Because a lot of time we get lazy in thinking. We only take a little bit. We got to think further out. So wait a minute. Let me read the fine print. Get the facts before you act, because moves matter. And if you rush into things, it could cause a disaster.
One of my buddies, Bill Richardson, lives at the base of the Washington Monument. Career law enforcement, just sent me a picture of your book in front of him. I'll send it to you. He already bought it. He already owns it. And he's watching the show, which just makes me cry, because this guy is one of the true best human beings I think I know. Hello, Michelle Barnes. Don't you think?
So awesome. And a very, very deep thinker in his own right. And so that's really cool. I love that. And
you never know. In life and in chess, a catastrophe can befall you. But if you've done the work and learned the game, whether your company goes out of business or Michelle, or whatever happens, if you think in the big game and you've treated your people well, it's going to just be a speed bump instead of a life ender, because you did the work, right, Orrin?
You did the work, and this I'm trained for. I have things happen, and people be panicking. I go, slow down. I got this. This I am trained for. I've been training for this moment all my life, and God has blessed my steps, because I have a lot of what we call deposits and seeds out there that are good seeds. I mean, when I was a state trooper, I helped a lot of people. I mean, because I could have messed a lot of people up, but I treat people like it's me. Here's why. Everyone you meet is you.
Yeah.
And everyone you meet, treat them like the most important person in the world, and you'll never make a mistake again in your life. And I have a lot of seeds out there, because I've helped people that, one guy I pulled over, and I said, I didn't pull him over. He was on the side of the road crying. I said, what's wrong, sir? He said, I'm on my way to take a military test, and my engine just blew up. I said, come on, let's go. Chop, get in with me. Come on, let's go. I get down there. He knocks on the door. They won't let him in. I get out there. Bam, bam, let him in. And he got in.
I have no doubt.
Drove off. Huh?
Him.
Yeah.
I drove off. Now, someday some kid will tell me, hey, man, I'm general. That was me. I don't know who he made, but what you gotta remember that, everyone is you. Treat everyone you meet like the most important person in the world, and you'll never make a mistake again in your life.
And the only time you ever look down on anybody is to look down to give them a hand up, right?
Exactly. Never look down on anyone unless you're picking them up, because when you elevate other people, all ships rise. And so we're in this boat together. We are in it together. When you win, I win, and you lose, I win. That's why the Bible say, love thy neighbor as thyself, because guess what? If you treat that person right, you win. People are their own worst enemies. They destroy their own self by the moves they make.
Yeah, my mother-in-law just said, I'll see you on the 22nd. You have got everybody pumped up for coming to Colorado, so you better not be playing a game with me, because I'm going to have...
What is the 22nd falling on?
It's the Friday.
Okay, I'm getting an award on the 26th, so we good.
Good. We'll get you home by then. You're not going to
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to.
I get an award on the 26th of August. I just found out I'm getting it.
What is it?
But I just put the seeds out there. I'm not motivated by income. I'm motivated by impact because I mean, stopping kids from killing each other, that's worth, you can't put a price on that. If I can show people how to move with love and to choose peace instead of violence and to do no harm, people, that's what it's all about. Now, I came up with the name Be Someone because Abraham Lincoln, his mother, her last words on the planet of Abraham Lincoln was be someone. And even though Abraham Lincoln had failed many, many times running for public office, Abraham Lincoln took those 2 words, be someone, all the way to the White House. I understand my assignment. My assignment is to empower young people to be someone. Man up, stand up, pull your pants up. I don't want to see your underwears.
Pull your pants up. Dominic Gianni.
You almost got a coffee spit take out of me on that one, Orrin. That was good.
Man up, stand up, and pull your pants up.
How about the parents? Do they love hearing from you, or do they?
Yeah.
Do you serve
The parents will run through a brick wall for me because they know I run through a brick wall for them. Because a lot of the times, to be totally honest with you, a lot of the problems that we have, it's a parent problem.
Yeah.
The parent, because parents is the foundation, and if you don't get the foundation right, the whole building is going to be leaning, it's going to fall. Then a parent takes a lot of grunt work, it's hard work. It's like I invited a girl the other day. I said, listen, I have a camp that's $300 for the week. I said, bring your daughter to the camp. There's some other girls there that she will learn from. This really, really good. They're 4 or 5 years old, but they're good. They're like 12 years old in knowledge. And she said, no, it's too early. I can't get her up. See, she don't understand. She don't get it. I'm letting you come complimentary, and you don't want to do it. So people are their own worst enemies. So I do a lot of parent workshops where I teach parents is that it's your job to make sure your child can read and write. It's not the school job. You can't put that on the school. You got to have some skin in the game also.
Yeah.
You can't say, well, I'm just going to let no, sir. Weeds grow automatically. And if you don't engage into your gardening, if you don't manage and maintain and monitor that garden, weeds will take over your garden. A guy came to me, he said, I got a lot of good stuff going in my backyard. I said, wait a minute, did you do anything? He said, no, I didn't do anything. I said, those are weeds. Weeds grow automatically.
There you go. So what are, the chess is on the face of it, I think a complex game. I know you would say that it's not such a complex game. And so what do you like, what other than the fact that you love it, which is a reason enough, but why is chess such a good vehicle for helping kids that might never otherwise be exposed to the game?
Because chess is complex and checkers is simple. But here's the good news. The good things in life are upstream. Jim Rohn, the good things in life are upstream. Okay. And all readers are leaders to earn more, you learn more. And so part of the complexities is that I teach children how to navigate through the complexities of life because life is complex. And oftentimes, like when I beat one of the top Russian grandmasters in the world, it's in my book. His name is Rashid Ziatanov. He's a grandmaster. He's in Russia. And when I beat him, I had to do something bizarre because life is complex. So what I did to throw him off, I broke protocol. I violated oath of office by giving a rook away. A rook is worth 5, by the way. So I gave up 5 for 1. It's an unfair exchange. But I did the unfair exchange because that's how you win the game. Because life is complex. And what we have to remember is that when you give the me, Tom, my request is that you get 1 million back fold black, because when you give, you gain, and when you give, you win. And giving start the receiving process. Jim Rohn, I love Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn did a coaching call for my kids, and I shared the stage with Jim Rohn and back in 2004 at one of his events. And so thanks to Kyle Wilson, who was a manager over Jim Rohn.
Good friend of ours. Good man. Sean Murphy knows him really well. He's on.
Do you know Kyle Wilson?
Yeah.
I thank God for Kyle Wilson, because Kyle Wilson introduced me to Jim Rohn and got all that worked out. But I thank God for Kyle Wilson. Kyle Wilson is a chess guru, by the way. And he said, Orrin, I'm really good at chess. I think I can take you out. And we videoed. So you go on Facebook and Google Kyle Wilson over here. I think you'll see me playing it. It was a trick move. That's why I say life is complex. And I agree. And it is. I don't teach children chess because it's simple. I teach children chess because it's complex. But here's what I teach. You can do difficult things because your mind is a pearl. You can change the world. But I want you to do the hard. If you do what's hard, your life will be easy. If you do what's easy, your life will be hard. So I want people to embrace the hard. I want you to embrace the geometry. I want you to embrace the trigonometry. I want you to do the hard. Life is chess, not checkers. My cat can play checkers. Watch this. Oscar, come over here and show. Oscar, get over here and play some checkers.
How about Wordle? so my question, this is exciting, because I think you are 1,000% right. And I think that inside of the critical thinking that you're teaching the kids, the parents are going to notice it and say, maybe I need to rethink things, and maybe I need to do a little tougher stuff to show my kids that we can get through anything, right?
Yeah.
We're just talking about that.
I love that.
Adrian took me to the woodshed as a dad here a little earlier today on a conversation that was tough for me to have with him. But what's so beautiful for that is I go to my kids today for advice because they can see around corners that I can't see. And I love that. And thank you for that, by the way.
I love you.
Yeah, true story.
That's the key to greatness. And let me give you an example. I was on Good Morning America. And they said, Orrin, you're really, really good. You beat 50 people at once in chess. I said, no, I'm not good. I just know a teeny little bit, because once you know it all, you're no longer teachable. But I said, the only reason I was able to beat 50 people all at once is that I look at the board, I see the pattern, I make a move. I look at the board, I see the pattern, I make a move. Pattern recognition is the key to success in all fields. Once you know the pattern, you can plan, you can prepare, you can position, you can predict. Once you know the pattern, you can predict success. Because you can see around the curve, you can see what's coming. 2, 4, 6, 8. That's a pattern. 280 days to have a baby. That's a pattern. Giving is a pattern. If you give, you win. If you take, is a mistake.
Wow. And you believe that love trumps absolutely everything.
Love never fails. And here's what love means. Love means to give without expecting anything in return. And love means to look for the good. If you look for the good and you give without expecting anything in return, you win every time.
Wow. So he just accepted an invitation to fly to Niwot, Colorado, which is by Boulder, Colorado, and Longmont on the 22nd and 23rd of August to hang out with my wife and I and all of you for a day. So if any of you want to fly in, I have to figure a way to organize this event around him. But I am so in love with you, and I'm in love with you. The reason I didn't say I'm going to come to Atlanta and hang out with you is because I want his kids there. I want my kids there. I want my grandkids there, and I want my friends there.
Make sure we record it, because they can live off what I'll teach them for life, because I can teach them some stuff that'll blow their mind. And the main thing we got to teach children is discipline. Discipline is a new superpower. Discipline means I need to do what I need to do now, because when I need it, it's going to be too late. Here's an example. If it's raining outside, you can't fix the roof.
Yep.
If it's sunny, the roof don't need fixing. So discipline means I have to be proactive. I have to take care. I have to do the push-ups now in order for me to lift these things later on. I got to give first. People say, if I give, I lose. No, you give, you win. If you give, you win every time. People don't understand the concept. People don't understand what looks like a bad move is a brilliant move. And what looks like a good move is a bad move. People say, if I take, I win. I was talking to this lady the other day. She said her son broke in his house and stole all these people electronics. And I said, why did he do that? She said, he's trying to come up. I said, you don't come up that way. He got it backwards. He got the cart before the horse.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's so good. And no, you know, whether you're the most privileged kid in the world or you come from nothing, those lessons are so important, and maybe even more important, maybe even more needed in some ways for kids that are coming up privileged, because there's just not enough of that in the world anymore, I don't think. And you know, probably never was, right? I mean, that's the important stuff.
They call me the 4X guy, and I took the 4X from the Pareto principle. The Pareto principle is the 80-20 rule. 20% of things you do give you 20% of the things you do give you 80% of the results. And so I took the 80-20 rule and converted to the Orrin Hudson 4X rule. 4X means always give people 4 times more value than they give you. And when you need to make a request, your request will never be denied.
Can you
always giving people more value than they giving you, and you honor your word. When the tongue in your mouth match the tongue in your shoes, and you in alignment, no one can touch you. Integrity is the magic word. That's what I love chess. Chess is integrity. There's no lies on the board. And if you true to yourself and you true to others, you win every time. Checkmate.
So I watch I'm kind of a TikTok guy, and I get obsessed with these young women speed chessing and beating the crud out of all those old chess masters. And you were an international world fast chess player.
Speed champion at the World Open. I won it 2 years in a row. And 5-minute games. But what I discovered was I have ADHD. So the 6 hours games I'm not good at, but the 5-minute games I will take you out. Because that's how my brain works. I get bored if it take there too long. But speed, I have ADHD, and I was diagnosed, and I just really found out, only 30 years ago that I had it. But the bottom line is I'm really good with speed chess. And so, yeah. And what I love about the game, I got some female girls that are really good. They'll beat guys because it's not about brains. I mean, it's not about bronze. It's about brains. So brains beat a bronze any day of the week, 7 days a week.
That's awesome.
Isn't that pretty cool?
You know what I saw that I thought was so cool? Do you know who Victor Wembanyama is? The guy on the Spurs?
Yeah.
Do you see he went and sat in Central Park and just played chess with people in the rain for like hours last season?
No, I didn't know that. Can I get a copy of that? I did post something on the internet to say he loved chess because it makes you use your brain.
Yeah, I'll send it to you after the show. There's just an awesome picture of him, sitting at a chessboard in the middle of Central Park, and there's people all lined up. It was so cool.
The new currency on the planet is the gold mine between your ears. And when you learn to think, it levels the playing field. And to be successful, life rewards those who think. And Jim Rohn said, not Jim Rohn, but Earl Nightingale said, we become what we think about. And when you learn to think, most people don't think. And so, and once you learn to think and process everything and have this discipline means I need to do what I need to do now, because when I need it, I need to have it ahead of time. I have to buy the insurance before I need it, because if I need it, it's too late. The guy has a wreck and say, I want the maximum coverage insurance. It's too late. So I have to get the insurance ahead of time. So chess is about discipline. Discipline is about focus. Chess is about decision making. Chess is about pattern recognition. Chess is about problem solving. The more problems you can solve, the more you get paid. You get paid based on the need, Earl Nightingale. You get paid for the need for what you do, the ability to do what you do, and the difficulty being replaced. I'm living my dream because I grew up off of Eric Ward and TPN and Jim Rohn and Brian Tracy. I got them all on speed dial. And so I'm all about what can I do to level the playing field in the hood, making the hood good.
Making the hood good. So you guys, if you can't come to Colorado on the 22nd and 23rd, I'm understanding that, except for Michelle Barnes. If you aren't here, I will take that personally. At the end of the day, if people do want to get closer to you, understand you, reach out to you, how would they do that?
BeSomeone.org. I'm on Facebook, Orrin Checkmate Hudson. I'm on Instagram, Be Someone Online, and Twitter, I think, or X, I think I'm at Be Someone. But the bottom line is Orrin Hudson, at besomeone.org, Orrin at besomeone.org is my email, but besomeone.org is my website. I want these people to be someone. Be all you can be. You can be someone, be someone. Let me hear you say yeah.
That is so exciting.
And do they get the book on that website, or where do they get the book? If
The
they
book,
want to
the only way you can get the book is besomeone.org on my website. I also have a song called Get in the Game, and have a song called I Like Myself. I like myself. I'm pleased with me. I'm a genius. Can't you see? Rise up strong, stand up tall. Ain't no limits. I'll take them all. Then I have a song called Get in the Game. To be someone, you got to get in the game. I'm Orrin Hudson. It's time for a change. Make the right moves in this game called life. Think before you move and always be nice. And when the game get tough and times get rough, never give up, because we're more than enough. Practice every day, the correct way, always better your best before you play. We got to get in the game. Get in the game. Say it.
Get in the game. Get in the game.
Wow.
Get your head in the game. Head in the game. Say it.
Get your head in the game. Get your head in the game.
Stay in the game. Stay in the game. Say it.
Stay in the game. Stay in the
Get on
game.
top of your game. Top of your game. Say it.
On top of your game. Top of your
What
game.
game? What game? Say it. The game of life. The game of life. Say it.
Game
That's
of
so
life.
good.
We love you.
Go to
man.
YouTube and type in Get in the Game 2020. You'll see me doing with the kids. You'll see the kids dancing and acting and playing me for the $1,000 and trying to beat me. And I teach the children that every move you make matters.
I love that so much. You are such a just breath of fresh air.
So if I put out a challenge in Colorado where I
Oh
say
no, I'm not. I did this. I did this $1,000 challenge when I was back in my younger days. I do it a little bit here, but you know, in Colorado, I'm not as good as I used to be. When I pulled a CNN clip, the CNN clip was probably 20 years ago when I used to do that. But I hold a little bit, but I'm not as good as I am when I won the world speech competition. That was in when was that? 1999, 2000.
I'm going to try to get a guy there named Mike Bowers, who's the 5-time world foosball champion, because I think you would want to meet him too. Because, you know, just guys like you that decided to be something that no one is good at. That guy is, you know, he's a legend in foosball. You're a legend in chess. And all you need, what we're going to do is figure out how many little kids we can have there, what ages you want, and we are going to change Colorado. And then we're going to help you change the world, Orrin.
And also, we probably can. How big of an arena? I mean, what's the setting? How big of space we got?
I just thought about it. I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. I just said it. Now it'll happen, and we'll figure it out.
You know what? That's how you win the game. When you state it, you create it.
Yeah, I just thought. I just looked at my game timer.
Words are powerful. Words are powerful. When God said, "Let there be light," God said, "Wait a minute, hold the phone. Let me see what I created." And God said, "Ooh, I'm good." God said, and He saw the light was good. He said, "I'm okay." Because once He stated, it was too late. It was over. So when you state it, you create it. Words are powerful, and you have the power of God. And God gave me you.
That Doug Stair that's on here just committed to driving all the way in from Wichita, Kansas, to hear you. So
I love people. I want people to win, and I'm going to share the best of what I've learned. I've hung out with the best of the best, from the Tony Robbins to the Zig Ziglar to the Brian Tracy, the Brock Proctor, the Jim Rohn, the Earl Nightingale, all those guys, Eric Ward, you name it.
now you're going to be saying you hung out with Adrian Chenault. It is going to be unbelievably good. We've got to go, but I'm going to tell you one thing right now. I knew the second I talked to you on the phone, this was going to be an epic show, and I believe it was epic. And what you're doing for these kids to try to keep the hate out and the love in is exactly what he and I stand for in our life. So God bless you, and welcome to the insane asylum called Legacy Leadership. Love like crazy, then love more. Have we got a sweatshirt here somewhere, Michelle?
I think we do.
We're going to show you. We're going to give this to you in Colorado since you're going to be here in 2 weeks. But yeah, there you go. So it'll say love like crazy, then love more.
I love that. I'll wear that.
Baby. Fire your brain, hire your heart.
Yeah,
Stuff
and
like that.
I'm. Do I need to bring my life-size chessboard? If so, I can, and I can bring several small chessboards. Just let me know.
Yeah, we'll get you all hooked up. It'll be great. Francois, loved us. This woman is the most unbelievable woman you've ever met. Here comes Phil Bevan from Utah. Everybody's talking about flying into Colorado. If you build it, they will come. It's going to be great, you guys. I love you all. We will see you before you know it. Thanks for watching the Legacy Leadership Show.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Orrin. Bye-bye.